Hello and good morning, listeners. Welcome back to Almus Market Mornings, your daily dose of global financial updates. I'm your host, Swaraj Rajagopal, and we have got you covered on everything from currency shifts to pivotal central bank decisions and important speeches. Plus, you'll gain expert analysis on macroeconomic data that's shaping the market narrative right now. Join us for this episode and navigate the markets with confidence. The 32 hours meeting central bank meeting spree is starting. First up, we have the BOJ. Till a few days back, rate hike probabilities were mixed. Next, we have the Fed and then the Bank of England. All meetings very important for the market, and just ahead of all of this, there has been some geopolitical developments with Israel bombing Lebanon. Good morning, JK. Your quick take on these meetings, the geopolitics, and anything else you'll be tracking.
Yeah, good morning, Swaraj. We have the markets which have really been safe haven driven. That's what we have seen in the last 12 hours. Reports, first of all, the reports indicating that BOJ may actually raise policy rate when they meet today led to a sell-off in stocks and good bounce in gold as well. Treasuries were also bought back. Yields fell 2-year to 4.36 that was seen last in February, and 10-year to 4.18 that was March low. Besides that, yen was stronger at 152 odd, and that was a much much lower than 152.22 that was seen in the earlier hours. So on the geopolitical side, Israeli retaliation for Saturday's assumed Hezbollah attack on Golan Heights also struck the Beirut, the Lebanon suburb, and that was again a bigger move or bigger influence for the markets later in the evening. All that led to safe haven trades. As I said, gold, which was holding lower at 23.85, got bid and traded as high as 24.10 in New York hours. Though, of course, the bigger moves were averted because market awaited the actual decision by Bank of Japan, which is due in another hour, and also the Fed rate decision, which is due later in the day, and a host of labor data that is coming later in the day as well. Now, the data on the data side, yesterday job openings were lower, and even quits rates were lower. In a quit rate, which is lower, indicates that employees are uncertain about finding alternate jobs. Now, consumer confidence also came higher, but the previous month's number was revised down as well. There was uncertainty added to the markets when the Eurozone data was announced. The GDP in Eurozone came surprisingly higher at 0.3%. But within the Eurozone, there's a lot of divergence. The biggest economy, Germany, was actually seen contracting in Q2 by 0.1%, and that was a negative surprise. We had Sweden, Hungary, which were contracting, but France, Ireland, and Spain were actually on the growth side. On the inflation side, German inflation was higher, again putting some doubts on ECB's next move in September. Of course, we will have the region's inflation number as a whole today at 2:30 p.m. and that will actually give a better indication of what the ECB is likely to do when they meet next. Now, a huge number of data that is due today. BOJ at 8:30, as I said. Then we have mega cap results from Microsoft and Nvidia. Even as concerns of overvaluation of tech stocks continues, the Fed decision, of course, comes later in the night. We expect the Fed to change their tone to indicate a move in September and keep the next two meetings open, and this will meet market expectations and may not result in a big move. However, anything short of this can be disappointing and can lead to the strength in the dollar. As far as BOJ is concerned, BOJ has surprised by doing less than expectations, and hence we will be cautious not to count on their rate hike. although they will, tamper with some quantitative easing amount. But if they do, if they do hike rate, it will see market move large in currency, particularly on the yen crosses. Rupee, of course, was quite detached from all these happenings in the global markets, thanks to central bank containing its moves on the upside, while the importer bids were consistent above 83.70. Now, the upcoming moves have the potential to see the rupee move, of course, gradually on the weaker side towards 83.85. But then, any larger moves will be definitely contained by RBI. The downside is definitely limited because the inflows are getting absorbed by RBI, and just to avoid rupee getting stronger in the face of RER, which is already looking overvalued. So any moves in the rupee is going to be quite trimmed. It can be towards a weaker side, but that also will be quite gradual. So looking forward to a very busy day ahead, starting in next 1 hour itself. Thank you.
Thank you, JK. And of course, very, very busy day indeed, not just central bank meetings, but also data and tech results. Starting Eurozone inflation numbers will be released today. Yesterday, of course, we had the GDP from Germany, which was seen contracting by 0.2%, while the GDP from Eurozone was higher at 0.3%. So actually, German numbers were quite a surprise, and German inflation was also higher. On the result side, Microsoft and Nvidia will be releasing their results today, which for equities will be quite crucial. Geopolitical developments have kept gold bullish, and of course, limelight will be on the BOJ, Fed, and the BOE meeting tomorrow, and quite crucial developments ahead. For rupee, we were detached from the global markets, but the global updates might keep it weaker and more towards 83.85, as JK mentioned, but in a gradual manner due to active central bank activity. That's it from us today. Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow for the latest in the financial markets.